What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop Made Me Do It. This is week number, I'm not even sure. I'm not gonna say a number and it's wrong, but I got a great story for y'all. But before I go into that, let me remind all of y'all to go click the link in the description below to pre-save my upcoming song featuring Method Man Wu-Tang remix. You can pre-save it right now, and on the day that it releases, you'll get the notification and you get to be the first person to listen to it, right? So what I'm gonna do to promote this is I'm gonna give out free merchandise to 5 people off of this one post right here, right? So that's hoodies, like you see right here, these hoodies, hats, maybe a cup, a mug like this, snapbacks, whatever. I'm gonna pick 5 people off of this post right here. So what I need you to do is go and pre-save it right now, right? Click the link, pre-save it. And then what I need you to do is go and comment below your size, your city. And then from there, I'll just pick one of y'all and I'll message you guys in the comment. I'll let you know that you've been picked, and then we can figure out a way for me to get you your items, right? So right now, make sure you pre-save, make sure you comment, and I'll pick 5 of y'all. So check this out. My story for this week is, and also I want y'all to remember that with every story, I upload new songs onto my hip hop playlist. My Hip Hop Made Me Do a playlist on Spotify. So make sure you go follow that playlist and go listen to the songs that were relevant at the time of the story. So this story right here it takes place upstate when I was in prison. And what happened was I was selling drugs in the prison, right? I was in the prison just, getting my money up for my return home. So I had this vision on how to start my record label and do this music thing, and I didn't have no money coming home. So I was just trying to get as much money as I can, so when I go home, I have money to start my business, right? And because I knew it took money, and I didn't have any means of money at that time. So I was just in the yard, and I had this girl to bring me drugs, and I was just in the jail, just hustling. So what happened was somebody had owed me about $500, and there, that's a lot of money, right? Even $100 is a lot of money. He owed me $500, and he was kind of hiding from me. So he was supposed to give it to me one day, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll give it to you in a couple days," and then that turned into a week, and then that turned into 2 weeks, and then he was hiding from me. So I caught him on the school floor, and he was actually like, he was upstairs, like at his job, and I kind of went out of my way. I wasn't supposed to go where he was at, and I went up the stairs, and I went to where he was at, and then I pressed him. He was sitting down, and he was so shocked when I went in there, and I just smacked him, boom, and then he tried to grab me, and then from there, I just started beating him up right there, started kicking him in the mouth, and I told him, and I pulled out a razor on him, and I said, "Next time I'm gonna cut you if you don't got my money," right? So I just left him there, and then I left, and then he didn't do anything, right? But he still didn't send me back my money. So I guess he went back inside the house, and for whatever reason, I guess he didn't have the money, or he wasn't planning on paying me back. So he decided to just do something to get him out of the jail because he felt threatened with me in there. I guess he didn't have the money to pay me, or he didn't want to pay me. So he knew my schedule. He knew that I have to go to school. I have to go to the school building at a certain time. So this wasn't. So his window where his house was at, he can see when we're about to come out. So I guess he waited for us to walk out of the dorm, and he came outside. But he started walking the other way. So the way to go to the school is I have to pass his house. So we're walking this way. But when I came out the house, he started walking this way on a walkway. So I'm walking this way and he's walking up to me, right? And at this time, I have my razor on me, right? I have my razor in my little pocket, like, in my brief pocket right here. And it was in the little pocket right here, right? So he came, and before I could even do anything, he just came walking up and he was acting like he was trying to talk to me. But then he swung. His swing was like, oh, mad slow. I saw it from New York City, and I was in Buffalo somewhere, right? And I'm just like, so I weave it, and then we just start like, tussling right there, right? But the reason why he did that there is because there's an officer bubble right there. So he popped right on the walkway. He knows that we're not going to get a chance to really fight. You know what I'm saying? And he knew that the police would break it up. So he did that. He pulled a stunt. In jail, that's what you pull a stunt, right? So he pulled a stunt right there. And then I had him on the floor, and I was about to start wailing on him. But the police was like, stop, stop. So as soon as they say stop, you got to stop. Because if not, they're going to put out their stick and they're going to start beating you up. And then that's going to be crazy. So I had him held down. I was about to tune him. But the police came, boom, got me off of him. They took me to the box. Now, mind you, like I said, I have a razor on me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not. So in prison, the only way to really pass a search is if you have your razor inside of you, boofed. That's what we call it and where I was at. So what that means is you take your razor and then you have to wrap it up with a casing, right? So it's basically like you take some cardboard and then you build a casing for the razor, right? And then with that cardboard, you wrap like electrical tape around it so it doesn't ring. Well, you could pass a magnetometer and electrical tape will actually stop it from ringing, right? And then once you take that case, you put it inside a plastic, maybe like a plastic glove or like something like that, right? And then, or a balloon or something like that, and you tie it up, and then now you have it, the razor is not bare, so it won't cut you, and there's no way that it's gonna come out of the casing and the plastic, right? So, so what you would do is you would take this and you would put it inside your rectal area, right? That's the only way to get past searches inside prison. So I didn't have it boofed, right? I had the razor inside my pocket. And when I was on the floor, the only thing that came to my mind was, damn, I have this razor on me, right? So immediately they lifted me up, put me on a wall, and they searched me. They did a quick search, right? No, I'm lying. Before they even did the quick search, I was on the floor and I kind of like got the razor from my boxers, from the briefs, and had it in my hand now because I need it in my hand. If they search me, because once they put the cuffs on me or whatever, something like that, there's no way for me to get it out of my pants, out of my briefs. So that split 1 minute that I had on the floor, I had to get it into my hand. Because once it's in my hand, I can either swallow it or I can put it up, either or, you know what I'm saying? So I got it in my hand, and before they can handcuff me, I put it in my mouth, boom. So now it's in my mouth. I don't want to swallow it because, that's kind of like, it's dangerous, you know what I'm saying? Because, your fluids, it could probably eat up some shit, and then next thing you know, if it just unravels out, then that shit's gonna be cutting up your stomach, your insides. So I had it in my mouth though, but if I had to, I would swallow it, right? But I would opt not to swallow it. I would opt to boof it, right? So I had it in my mouth, and then they put my hands behind me and then they walked me to the box. So then when they walked me to not to the box, to like the searching area or whatever, to search us and stuff like that. Long story short, they take me straight to the box, right? They take me straight to the box because the dude that popped on, the dude that made the stunt, he told the police officers everything. He said, oh, I owe him money, he sold me drugs, and he pulled out a knife on me, and all of that. He told them all of that. And he was like, yo, I felt like I had to do something, and whatever, right? So now the officers immediately moved me out, right? They couldn't keep me there anymore. So they took me, once they took me out, I put it up. When I had the opportunity, I boofed the razor. So I go to the box for like, they gave me like, it wasn't really nothing. They gave me like 30 days in the box, right? So they give me 30 days in the box. And I'm inside the box. The box is solitary confinement, 23 hours locked down. And yeah, so now after the 30 days is up, they tell me, all right, pack your stuff. It's time for you to go back in the general population, right? So I have the same razor. So now what happened was when I boofed it coming in, I was able to get it in, right? I remember I went through the mag, so what they do is when you go inside the box, they strip you, make you take off all your clothes, and then you have to sit on the magnometer. So there's like a metal, like a magnometer chair. So you have to sit on it and you have to slide your ass on the thing, and then they'll be able to detect if you have any metal on you. So I had it wrapped up nice, and when I was going in, they took the handcuffs on me. I mean, I had the handcuffs like this, and then it beeped, beep, 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 going in. So I was like, oh, damn. And I had a number 11 scalpel, and that's supposed to not ring, right? So when I went like this, beep, 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 I'm like, damn. So I'm like, I hope. So he was like, do it again. And now lift your, because they still had the handcuffs on me. So I lifted the handcuffs like this. And I did like this. Beep, 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 beep. So I'm like, fuck. I was like, yo, can I try it again? Because I think it's maybe this cuff. So I did it again and it didn't beep. So they let me inside. So I'm just like, maybe it was the handcuffs or whatever. But they let me in. I passed it. So I go inside. I do my 30 days. Now it's time for me to come out. So, mind you, at this particular time, I probably had 6 months left to go home. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that much long to go home. So, of course, I'm taking the razor with me because the only reason why I keep the razor is just in case. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, I'd rather have it than not have it. Because, you know, when you're inside the system, you know, you done cut a couple people, you done got in fights with a couple people, you might have alliances with people that stabbed somebody before, and because they can't get them, they might get you. You never know with these things. So I was always taught to keep it with you just in case you need it. You know what I'm saying? So I brought it with me out. So boom, we walked to the mag, and the buses, I'm waiting. I've been solitary confinement, locked down, 23 hours for the last 30 days. I want to get the general population. I want to get on the phone. I want to eat some food, like real food, because in there they just give you, like it's not enough. So I've lost like 15 pounds in there. I'm ready to get back in general population. And so we go back on the mag. I sit on the mag. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like, fuck. But in my mind, I'm like, this happened before. So I'm pretty sure I'm good, right? So, no, I got it. Let me do it one more time. I don't know, like, beep, 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 beep. And it seemed like these beeps are a lot louder than the last time. So I'm like, beep, 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 beep. So I get up. I'm like, hold up. The officer's looking at me like, I'm like, hold up. Give me 1 second, officer. Like, you know, whatever. I got this, bro. So I go beep, 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 beep. I try like 5 more times. I beep, 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 beep every time. So they put the cuffs on me. Boom. And they're like, come on, we got one. We got a live one here. So they take me into they walking me out of there into what they call the shit room, right? So this is basically the room where they monitor you, right? They monitor you. They got a camera, so they got a camera. They got like a camera inside the cell. They got a camera outside the cell, and they got all that, right? So, and then they don't have a toilet. They don't have running water. So when you have to use the bathroom, they slide a pan underneath the gate, and you have to take a dump in the pan. And then what they do is they'll take the pan and they'll put on gloves and they'll sift through your feces to see if you got contraband in there, which is like, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Imagine you have to like bend over, squat, and take a dump in front of somebody. Like, you know, it was crazy. So now they put me in a room, and now I got this razor in me, right? So I'm like, damn, I have to get this razor out. Like, I have to. And I remember as I'm walking handcuffed, walking down the corridor, going to the room, I was thinking to myself, like, yo, they're about to give me like 3 years for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm a violent offender, and when they catch this on me, they're gonna try to give me more time. I'm not gonna be able to go home in 6 months. So I'm just like, yo, I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, I have to find a way to get rid of this. Like, I have to. There's no possible way I'm getting caught with this. Like, I have to find a way to get rid of this. So I'm walking and I'm just like, please give me the strength to get rid of this, right? So now they put me in a room and I'm just like, this is my first time I was in upstate box. This is the first time I was in upstate box, the shit room. So how they have it over there is it's like a big open cell, and they keep an officer right in front of your cell the whole time, and he's just monitoring you the whole time, right? So I'm just in the cell for like, you know, the first day I didn't use the bathroom. I just wanted to see what was going on. I wanted to see what times the officers get up. I wanted to see what times they feed us. Like, I'm just trying to get a good analysis of how I can get rid of this, right? So I saw that at every time, like at 12, like at 11 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, they'll bring the breakfast. At 11 o'clock, they'll bring the lunch. And at like 4 o'clock, they'll bring dinner, and that's it, right? And then, and also I seen like what time the shift changes. So I'm just paying attention to all that, right? Now I know I have this in me, but now I know that I have to try to get it out of I have to try to get it out as soon as possible, because what happens is if you leave it in there too long, it goes up and then it blends in with the feces. So it'll become like a solid, you know, it'll just blend in with that, right? So you have to try to get it out as soon as possible, because remember, there's no toilet. They don't give you no towel. They don't give you no tissue. There's no running water. So I don't want it getting stuck with the feces. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be mad hard for me to get it out. I'm just going to have like a big ball of doo-doo in my hand, and I'm not going to have nowhere to put it. And they search you. They look at your clothes. They look at your sheet. Like, they don't give you no sheets. No, nothing. So there's no way for you to wipe your hands or nothing. Like, there's no way for me to wash. So I'm just like, damn, right? So finally, these cameras facing me, right? So I have to kind of like position myself in a way and put myself in a way like this so the cameras don't see me. And then I have to wait until this officer is not looking at me in order for me to get it out, right? So that was a whole mission. It took me like a whole day to figure this out. So I realized that at a certain time, the officer that's there, he falls asleep. So the first day I realized the first shift, like the morning shift, that guy was attentive like an eagle. He was just like this. I would try to talk to him. He just like this, like just looking at me like, I'm just like, yeah, you don't even blink, bro? Like, what's up, man? So I was like, I knew that guy, that's a dub. I'm not doing it with him. So the next shift, I saw that this was like an older guy, and he just fell asleep, right? Like he would fall in and out, but he would kind of pay attention too, but he would kind of nod out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So the next day, I'm like just paying attention, watching. So I realized that once I get it out, I have to wait until dinner time for bread, so I can kind of like, put the doo-doo, the feces, kind of mix it in with the food and wipe my hands with the bread and like, you know what I mean? And do it like that with a little bit of water. And like, I had to be in savage mode, bro. Like, and for me telling this story right now, it's just like, but I had to do what I had to do. It was either that or get 3 more years attached to my sentence. And at that time, I just had to do what I had to do, right? So I finally got it out. I was able to like, boom, and I got it, and I'm just like, ooh. And I'm trying to just push out that thing, the razor, but that didn't happen. So what happened is I have a whole hand full of doo-doo, right? And I'm just like this, and I'm just holding on to it because I can't put it nowhere right now. So I'm holding on to it like this, and he can't smell it, mind you, because if I take a doo-doo, he can't smell it, right? So I have to do it in a way that's like, fast. So once the food comes, I get the food, I take it out, and then I just start, wiping my hands in the food. I didn't even eat. I just wipe it all in the food, take the bread, wipe it all out, boom, 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 take the water, wipe it all. And I have to do this really low because there's a camera and there's an officer right here. So I had to kind of like finesse it. So me even getting it out was a super mission, right? So now I had it in my hand. Now, so now I have to figure out, what do I do? I can't put it back up there because it's ringing, right? So it's either I swallow it or I get rid of it, right? And in my mind, I'm like, and what happens is they search the food. So, I didn't even tell y'all this. I just forgot. They search the food. When you give them the food, they look through it, right? They're looking through the food. So I had to do it in a way that there wasn't too much doo-doo in the plate. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll look through it, but they're not looking through everything. But if I have the whole thing in there, so I'm not gonna lie, I had to eat some of it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, if I never spoke to like God in my life, I spoke to him that day. I got a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? Because I just had to do unspeakable things. Like, I had to eat this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then, long story short, I have it in my hand. So, but now they do searches. They'll just go in your cell and search you like at any time. You know what I mean? So now I have to bust a move. So there's this officer there, and he's kind of like a little less like strict. So I'm talking to him. The whole time I have this razor in my hand, I'm talking to him. He's a Trump supporter. So I'm talking to him, I'm like, yeah, Obama, he's just, they hate Obama. So I'm like, yeah, Obama sucks. He just whatever, boom. Trump looks like a better support, boom, boom, boom. So I'm just, whatever he wants to hear, that's what I'm telling him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling him that Trump is the best candidate ever, and he's just gonna be the best for us, and So I'm just trying to talk him out of, I need a move. I need to find a move. So I realized like what I need to do is this. At nighttime, when they switch, I have to try to like get this razor into the garbage can, right? So now there's a garbage can right in front of me, but that's the garbage that I use that they take everything and put, my stuff, right? And then there's another garbage can over there. So I had to figure out how I can get this razor into that garbage can without them seeing. So I'm talking to them this whole time, and I'm just trying to get his attention to, talk, yo, yeah, Trump is a great guy. He's gonna be great for America. And Then when I saw that the time was about to be 11 o'clock, at 10:40, I was like, all right, I have to bust my move now. I said, officer, can I please get some tissue? So he grabs the tissue, and I just peeped it. I blew my nose, boom, and then he rolled. I noticed that he rolled he rolled the garbage can, and let me throw it in that garbage can. So I said, oh, that's it, right? That's it. That's my ticket. So I waited all the way until he's about to get, switch posts. And I asked him again, right before when he was about to grab his bag, I said, excuse me, officer, can I get some more toilet tissue before you go? I got to blow my nose, man. I'm sick. So boom, by this time, I have the razor in my hand like this, and I put the toilet tissue like this, boom, and then I let go of my hand, and I have the razor inside the toilet tissue. I blow my nose, fake blow my nose, because I didn't really have to blow my nose. So I was, woo, boom. Then I go like this, and sure enough, he rolled that garbage can to me. Boom, I threw it in there, and it made it in. Woo. When I did that, when it went into that garbage can, I said, oh, it's lit. I got rid of it. Now that's it now. They can't prove that it came from me. So boom, that's it. It's in that garbage can. And I was just like, yes. I fell back on the floor, and I'm just like, woo. I could take it, so now all this time, I'm like, they needed you to take 3 dumps, right? In order to prove that everything is out of your system. So I did that, boom, and I walked up out of there. They got me out of there, and I left. Yo, I was in there for 3 days. Those were the longest 3 days in my life. Longest 3 days in my life. I never knew I could do some stuff like that, but push came to shove, and I just had to do what I had to do. You know what I mean? And looking back at that now, I hope I'm never in that situation again. I hope I'm smart enough not to ever put myself in anything like that ever again. You know what I mean? But I also look at that and I see the strength and, and what I had to do to pull up out of a situation like that. And that's my story, man. That's my story for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope that y'all never put yourselves in that position, you know what I mean? Because it's just not a good position. Just feeling like you just have to do just like savage things just to survive or just to get out of whatever. I pray that all y'all listen to this and just see like, yo, y'all, I'm just not gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that alone, you know what I'm saying? But that's my story. Hope y'all liked it. Make sure y'all pre-save my new song, my upcoming song with Method Man. You can hit the link in the bio. Make sure that you pre-save it, and also you comment your size and your city so I can give 5 of y'all, 5 lucky winners, some free merch. I'll see y'all on the next one. Let's get it. Bow.